Hello, my name is Alexia Sawyer, and today I will be talking about what will happen to women's health if abortion is banned. People should advocate for women's health rights and stop the ban on accessible healthcare and abortions. During the speech, I will talk about how an abortion ban will almost certainly result in increased reluctancy among women to seek medical care for a multitude of reasons. I will talk about why government officials and anti-abortion organizations wish to defund and limit access to these programs. And I will also talk about actions that can be taken to properly advocate for women's health and reproductive rights. An abortion ban will almost certainly result in increased reluctancy among women to seek medical care for a broad range of reasons. According to the BU School of Public Health, limiting access to abortion harms the health of women. Recently, Planned Parenthood President Leanna Wen was criticized for saying that before Roe, thousands of women died due to abortion-related deaths each year, and that if Roe falls, we could return to something like this reality. Countries where restrictive laws are currently making the practice less safe do indeed face thousands of deaths related to unsafe abortion. The most recently available data suggests that 7 million women were treated for complications from unsafe abortions, or an annual rate of 6.9 per 1,000 women ages 15 to 44. University of California, San Francisco says pregnancy is measured by most physicians from the beginning of the woman's last period, which is earlier than conception. If the restriction is for the first 6 weeks of pregnancy, then under the best possible circumstances where a woman has a regular period, she will then only have 2 weeks to find an abortion after missing her period. But that best case scenario does not exist for everyone. Most women do not have regular periods and therefore wouldn't miss the period in time to know that they were pregnant. It means a lot of women will not get the abortion that they desire in time before the 6-week ban. There are many harmful things that can be caused by the ban of affordable and accessible health care for women's primary and preventative care. Why do government officials and anti-abortion organizations wish to limit access to these programs? According to Vox.com, the proposal actually goes further than the previous GOP attempts to defund Planned Parenthood. Previously, Republicans just wanted to cut off Medicaid dollars used for cancer screenings and other routine health care for the group. This latest proposal would block Medicaid and several other federally funded sources, which would be a full federal cutoff in funding for these programs. While the organization's most recent report, Planned Parenthood performed 300,000 abortions, but only provided referrals for adoption to 1,800 people. So, anti-abortion organizations claim that the main purpose of Planned Parenthood is abortion. During its last reporting year, like many before, Planned Parenthood reported revenues over expenses exceeding $127 million. During the same year, Planned Parenthood received over $528 million in taxpayer-funded programs and grants, 41% of the total revenue. Government officials and anti-abortion organizations claim that this money is going towards abortions. But, according to the law, federally funded money cannot be used for the operation of abortion. So now that we know why organizations and government officials wish to defund these programs, what can we do to ensure affordable, preventative, and primary care remains accessible to women? All people need access to the full spectrum of reproductive healthcare services, including comprehensive sex education, contraception, maternity care, prenatal care, and abortion. There are many steps that can be taken to ensure our voices are heard. The ACLU says to preserve these stories of those who needed an abortion. Telling the stories of those who accessed abortion before the Supreme Court's 1973 decision in Roe v. Wade that will help younger generations better understand what is at stake. Talking about why women need abortions today and discussing the obstacles they often encounter will remind everyone of the importance of achieving reproductive freedom for all. Speak up. Abortion has been stigmatized for too long. It's time for the pro-choice majority to be more vocal about our support for abortion care. Have critical conversations about the importance of reproductive justice. Most people have no idea how common abortion is, or that 1/4 of women will have an abortion by the time they're 45. It's important to stress that people have very different feelings about having an abortion. This helps make others feel supported, help reduce stigma, and raise awareness that abortion narratives are often characterized by relief. During this speech, I discussed why abortion bans will most certainly result in increased reluctancy among women to seek medical care for a broad range of reasons. I talked about why government officials and anti-abortion organizations wish to ban access and defund these programs. And finally, we talked about actions that can be taken to properly advocate for women's health and reproductive rights. People should advocate for these rights and stop the ban on accessible health care and abortions. I do not wish to see affordable and accessible care taken away from women. Many people who use these programs are in lower income or poverty lines where insurance and care are hard to come by. No one should be subjected to limited access by the government. Also, my body, my choice, always.